aspects which we have discussed yesterday. We'll go one step forward. So before that, I would like to ask you, like, what you have done one day. Madam, yourself, did you read anything related to anthropology yesterday? Okay, very good. So did you go through the PYQs 2025? Did you see at least tried? Okay. Syllabus. So here, like, I request you to do two important things. Like, before you come for tomorrow, I'll explain the whole syllabus, everything. Because since there are like too many facts, you may get confused. So for that, you first go through the syllabus. In that, what I request is, to begin with, don't touch chapter number 1 and chapter number 9 in paper 1. Rest all you go through those things. If at all, if you want, in chapter number 1, just first 3 units, that's it. Afterwards, like, no need to bother, just go through those things some 3-4 times. Tomorrow I'll explain the whole syllabus, so you will be having a fair understanding. Today I'll be just brushing through the things which we have discussed, and we'll further dwell into the concept of culture, so that you will have clarity with respect to what the culture is. Okay. This is a brief about me. I have been teaching UPSC aspirants for the past 15 years, and I got very good marks in anthropology, 356. That's not for 500, that's for 600, when we were having 600 marks. So most of the questions in 2025 were from my class notes, and I also have made a PDF of the things, from which chapter, from exactly from which page the questions have come. I'll be sharing those things. September 1st we started, September 2nd is today. We'll continue. What I wish is, you all should be in a position to write any question by the end of my course. So if you have got any question, any dilemma in taking the decision, you can contact me. Not just that, like, with respect to optionals, still if you have got any dilemma, you can contact me. Why anthropology? As I have said, this is a very important question. You can choose any option if you have got good teacher. So in this regard, like, I'll be personally guiding you. I'll be giving you complete conceptual clarity, complete study material, mock tests. In addition, focus will be there on answer writing. One reason why you should be choosing anthropology is for this very important reason. You might be thinking of taking sociology. There are many people who left sociology and they have come. You may be thinking of taking public administration. You may be thinking of taking political science, the most popular. There are many ample of examples where they have left that subject and they have come. There are hundreds of people who have succeeded after leaving other subjects. Just by reading 4-5 months, they got top rank. So you are aware of, like, our own Telugu Ammai, Uma. She got 3rd rank just by reading 4 months. Geography was our options previously. Then Anudip Durishetty, he left public administration. He got 1st rank by taking anthropology. Then Lakshmi, her option was sociology. It was not working for her. She took anthropology and she scored one of the highest. In fact, a point I would like to add here. When we were having 2 optionals, then we were not allowed to take anthropology and sociology. We are not allowed to take anthropology and sociology. Similarly, we were not allowed to take public administration and political science. Mean to say, anthropology and sociology have lot of overlapping, so they were not allowed. Similarly, public administration and political science have lot of overlapping, so they were not allowed. Then moving forward, like Jain, Akshat Jain, he got 2nd rank in his 2nd attempt. Maximum toppers in 10, like top 10, top 100 will be from Anthro every year. He got 1st rank with anthropology. Shubham Kumar. Not only that, Ananya Reddy, she got 3rd rank in her very 1st attempt. Coming to the questions. Questions are direct. I have not found any subject where the questions are so direct. This is a very, very important aspect which you won't get anything. So here the questions are direct, 90% of the questions, and 90% of syllabus is easy. Which is the difficult part in anthropology? I told you yesterday. Anthropological theory. Not exactly. I think you are not concentrating. Sir, which is the difficult thing in anthropology? Mm. Okay. So here archaeological. So with respect to unit number 1 and 9. So with respect to concept, archaeological anthropology difficult. Same like Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization, you have got many sites. Same here. So అందుకే కొంచెం difficult. Other than this, things are very easy. And 95% is static. Only dynamic part is with respect to tribal India. Any programs which they have added or any new findings. That's it. And syllabus is interesting and it's fun. If you have got all the advantages, what are the things required to get first rank? Then definitely you should have a good guide. This is a very important one. See, if you are among the people like who have not yet cleared, simply you will be in the same circle. You should touch at least one person who has written mains. You should get into that circle some or the other way. Getting those people is not that easy, because I myself from the very beginning I used to clear prelims and interview. So prelims clear chesi mains rasi interview velte elaguntaru vallu almost 1 feet above ground they will be walking. They are not available, but you should make a point that you touch those people. వాళ్ళు ఎలాగ ఆలోచిస్తారు, ఏం చదువుతారు, like you should be in touch. So here, be with a winner, you will be a winner. So what I suggest is, make it a point to contact a person who has written mains by some or the other way. Now the things are pretty easy. Social media, all things are there. If you try from today, within 2 or 3 days, you can have that. You will get confidence. Say for example, think that I went to interview. If I say, ఇది చేయరా అయిపోతుంది, you will feel confident. Otherwise you will be like directioners, ఏం చేయాలి అది ఇది. So you should have that support, at least one person. Otherwise you won't be like feeling, you may sometimes feel directionless if that is not. Yes. So anthropology, how do you define anthropology? Holistic study of human beings, humankind. Then time, at all times, at all places. So just 2 keywords: holistic study of human beings, not man. So you shouldn't be writing this. 1960-1907 is the end for this definition. So you shouldn't be using that. That is gender biased. So after 1960 we are using the term human beings. You should be using at all times, at all places. That is the definition. Biological animal and also cultural. Paper 1 and paper 2. What does paper 2 speak of? Application. Application to India. What about paper 1? Any paper, what will be there? 2 keywords I told you. You should always have that keyword. Concepts and theories. Concepts and theories, that's it, in all the papers. So here, as I told, chapter number 1 and chapter number 9 are the biggest. And afterwards, 9, 10, 11, 12, these are related to biology, including the chapter number 1. Is the point clear? So either biology kidhar hai, 1 and after 9. So these 10, 11, 12, they are pretty easy, very simple. Then here chapter number 1, little related to biology. Rest not at all connected. So where is biology in your syllabus? 1 and 9 and 10 and 11 also. To some extent you can take 12. Is the point clear? So So biology कौन सा chapter है? 1, 9, 10, 11, 12 to some extent in paper 1. So biology in paper 2 related little bit is chapter number 1. There is nothing related to like biology or genetics in paper 2 in rest of the chapters. So which is the heart and soul? It's always theory, thoughts. So what is theory? What is thought? What is thought? Thinking. Is it systematic? No. Theory. So this is the only difference. You think, you reflect, alagundachu, ilagundachu. So if you think something like why sir is telling like this, why you are seeing like this, anything, just thinking, that is thought. But theory is systematized. So it's better to use the term theory. So Western political thought, political science, it's a big chapter. So Western political thought is the appropriate word. What is the reason? The reason being, it's just about what they have thought. It is not systematized. It is not in the form of theory. What Aristotle, what Plato, what they have thought, they will be teaching. So if that is the case, it is thought, otherwise theory. Okay, the best way to learn anything is ask questions and break. So what is the way in which you should be answering mains questions? How to answer a mains question? Yes, break into parts. Identify the keywords. Address all. But you should be addressing in just 1 line, 2 line, that's it. Afterwards, you have to come to the crux and way forward. For any question, in my opinion, very important, understanding UPSC question is the biggest challenge. Understanding the questions, I repeat. See here, very, very important, make this point. You should be reading mains question every day. If not anthropology to begin with, GS questions, mains. Are you been reading mains questions? You should be reading. మీకు ఆ క్వశ్చన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోవడానికే చాలా టైం పడుతుంది. న్యూస్ పేపర్, ఇఫ్ యూ స్టార్ట్ రీడింగ్ ద న్యూస్ పేపర్, ఇట్ మే టేక్ నియర్లీ 6 months టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ న్యూస్ పేపర్. Definitely, that will be the okay, still you have to reduce. So it takes time. So here, so what was the topic I was saying? Previous year questions. Very, very important, you should be reading. See, understanding those questions are not that easy, not about anthropology. Anthropology, very simple, there is no need for you to like ponder about. But GS questions are very, very difficult. So you should be daily reading those things. Then only you will get that vocabulary. If you don't know how to write and read Hindi, still it becomes difficult, because question paper will be in English and Hindi only. So what I request is, please go home and just read mains questions to begin with. It's very easy, pretty easy, just 20 questions, not like your prelims hundreds of questions. Okay, so with the same thing, we'll just define like what is anthropology and what are theories. This we have already done. Etymologically, anthropology is derived from the 2 terms anthropos and logos. What is the meaning of logos? Logos means study. So anything, anthropology, psychology, sociology. So logy, if it comes, means study or science. So anthropos means humans. So it's the science of humans. Okay, so these things we have discussed. Let's get into. Okay, anthropological theories are also generally referred to as anthropological theories of culture. Why? That is the main focus. In political science, what is the focus in political science? Polity, power, yes. What is the focus in sociology? Society. What is the focus in administration? Governance, those things. So what is the focus in anthropology? Culture and also society, which are interrelated. So what is culture? So here, before that, you should be having awareness about these things. Often we use these terms: American culture, Indian culture, youth culture, online culture, and parts of culture. All these things are parts of culture. Washing dishes, is that part of culture? Yes. Music, part of culture. Typical hair color, is this part of a culture? I am not talking about just hair. Typical hair color, which, like, you may be like dyeing. The color what we have, this is not cultural. But like a tribe, if we dye some in some way, then it will be culture. Otherwise not. The act of eating, is it cultural? How you eat? See, how you eat, what you eat. Ah, so just the act of eating is not cultural. So, do all animals have culture? Why? Yes. One of the main reason why all the animals other than humans are not having culture is they don't have systemic and symbolic language. So, is the point clear to you? What are the two important key terms? Language. Language, in that it should be symbolic. Nanna hesaru. Did you get this one? So, like, if you don't know Kannada, it may not be. How? You did not understand because it's a Kannada word. Means that is a symbol. So, language is symbolic in humans. So, animals don't have symbolic language. Is the point clear to you? Yes, but it's not symbolic. Say for example, let me explain you this concept. Say for example, there are two. One is you, human, and think that another is me, monkey or elephant or anything, any animal. Hypothetically. So, when you want to explain that to your friend, your children, or your brother, you can explain with your language. Say, for example, you want to explain about snake, and you want to say your friend or your child that snake is very harmful and you should avoid. Can you explain that even in the absence of snake? Can you explain even in the absence of snake to your friend or your son or relative that snake is very dangerous and you should avoid? Explain చేయగలుగుతారా? You can. స్నేక్ అంటే చూడండి ఇలాగ వెళ్తుంది, ఈ కలర్ ఉంటుంది, లైక్ కోబ్రా అయితే ఇలాగ చేస్తుంది. If it comes, you should avoid. But animals cannot do. Because symbolic language, through symbolic language, humans can explain. If I am an elephant or if I am a monkey, I cannot explain what snake is in its absence. I can just say, if the snake is present, that is harmful, you should avoid. Right? So, the key thing is symbolic language. Only humans have sophisticated symbolic language. That is the reason. Then ants. So, ants also do lot of work. Do they have culture? Culture, what is culture? Way of life. They also have a way of life. Then why it is not culture? So here the reason is it is instinctual or biological, genetic. So similarly honeybees, similarly monkeys and gorillas, chimpanzees, they also to a certain extent, but since they don't have symbolic language, since though they don't have symbolic language, they cannot. Is culture unique to human beings? What is unique? One of its kind. Are you all unique? Are all humans unique? Am I unique? Okay. We are all humans. Do you have any defects? Are you imperfect? In general. Yourself? మీళ్ళు ఏమైనా లోపదోషాలు ఉన్నాయా? Very good. That's it. Why? We are unique. We are unique, right? We are only one of our kind. So we'll understand how the things are. God has taken lot of time to produce you. All. If you say that, like, I am not good, something like that, then it is a great, like, disgrace to the whole, like, creation, God. So what I request is, to clear this exam or to be in this life, you should have a lot of confidence. So, say for example, who is the most handsome person in the class? No, it's you. Who is the most intelligent person? Always think, no, 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 no. It's never me. It's never me. The reason is, I have already failed UPSC. You have chances. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఫెయిల్ అయ్యాను, అంత ఉంటే నేను పాస్ అయ్యేవాడిని కదా. The reasons may be many. So why I am saying is, you should have this attitude. If you just the time, the period, you think that he is more intelligent, things like that, you will be losing the game. You lose the game before you fight, before the war has started. Think that you want to fight with some person. You started thinking that I am weak. Can you win that war? Can you win that fight? Yes, that is the one. So you are the most beautiful, you are the most handsome person in this whole world. That is the logic, that is the thing which you have to keep in mind. So this long before, when I was in graduation, this was told by one very good person, and I adopted, and it has got, like, it was having very good effect. He told a mantra which I want to share, and I request you to adopt that. Anyone who is taller than you is lambu, tall fellow. Anyone shorter than you is dwarf, giddodu, pottodu. Anyone more fairer than you is like some disease. Anyone like darker than you is dark. Means you are the perfect. So you should take yourself as the standard. Are you getting the thing? So you are the ultimate, you are everything. Any deviation, you have to think that that is deviation from you, not you from them. Say for example, how if someone say that I am dark, how I say that when compared to people who are fair? So if I take myself as a standard, then there won't be that. So what I request is, you should have this in your mind. This will change your life. Who is the most intelligent person? You. Always you. Who is the most handsome person? No, that should not be the thing. You have to, otherwise the war is lost. యూపీఎస్సీలు ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంక్ ఒకటే ఉంటుంది, ఐఏఎస్ చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. వన్ ఆఫ్ మై సీనియర్ రమేష్ రెడ్డి, he got 54th rank and he got IPS. Why? IAS was over before that, because he was not having any reservation. మీరు అలాగే కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా నేనే ఇంటెలిజెంట్ అనుకోలేదంటే మీరు యూ కెనాట్ పాస్ దిస్ ఎగ్జామ్. కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? వెన్ యూ థింక్ దట్ యు ఆర్ ద పర్సన్. ఇఫ్ యూ థింక్ దట్ యు ఆర్ వీక్, ఫ్రజైల్, విల్ ద కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ కమ్? So you always have to think very high of you. So there comes the concept of gratitude. అరే దేవుడా, వై మీ అనే రోజు అనుకుంటే మీకు అలాగే ఉంటుంది. జస్ట్ ట్రై దిస్, థింక్ దాట్ యు ఆర్ ద మోస్ట్ ఫార్చునేట్. నాకిన్న అదృష్టవంతుడు ఎవరు లేదు అని తిరగండి. ఇదే డిఫరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. అది రే నాకు అది లేదు ఇది లేదు, నాకుంటే ఢిల్లీకి పోవాడిని, అది ఇది If you think like that, the things will be the same. Society, definitely afterwards it will think. See, think. See, for example, if I think I am dark, I am short, think like that, will the society think that I am handsome? So first I should think. So definitely society, the whole world conspire to help you. You often have come across things saying that, అరే నేను అందరికీ హెల్ప్ చేస్తాను, అందరూ నాకు ఏమి చేయట్లేదు, నాలించే అంది దోచుకుతున్నారు, అలా చెప్పేవాళ్ళు వినారా? ఇట్స్ నాట్ ద కేస్. గుడ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఎవ్రీవేర్. ద హోల్ వరల్డ్ కాన్స్పైర్స్ టు హెల్ప్ యూ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఫర్మ్లీ డిసైడెడ్ సంథింగ్. ఒక అతను ఐఏఎస్ అవ్వాలని చాలా కష్టపడుతుంటాడు, మీరు హెల్ప్ చేస్తారో లేదో? కొంచెమైనా చేస్తారు కదా. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్వేస్ దేర్. ఓకే, కల్చర్ ఈజ్ యూనిక్, వీఆర్ ఆల్ యూనిక్, వన్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్స్ కైండ్. We are the masterpieces of God. In my opinion, there is no defect in any of you. You are all the masterpieces of God. God is very fair. But the inferiority complex or the superiority complex, what we have, is created by society and us, not God. Say for example, there is a dog. Black dog, white dog, and color dog. So, do they feel something? Do the white dog feel, అరే నేను వైట్ ఉన్నాను, బ్లాక్ అండ్ వైట్ ఉంటుంది ఒక డాగ్, డస్ దట్ డాగ్ ఫీల్స్, అరే నేను కలర్ అయిపోయాను, చిత్రాన్న అయిపోయాను? Do the dog feel that I am dark? So these things what we have are the things created by us, not by God. We are very much perfect. Really, this is the truth. Otherwise, God would have not made us the way we are. Okay, culture. So this is the one. Way of life, this question has come. Culture is who we are. Civilization is what we have. This is a essay question, 125 marks, directly it has come. Culture is a way of life of the society. Please concentrate, this is the very important crux. Afterwards, the characteristics. Way of life. Think about the way of life of Andhra people. Elaguntundi? Way of life of Andhra people. Just imagine. Way of life of Telangana people. Way of life of Chenchu tribes. Agency areas. Elaguntundi? That is said to be culture. Right? Way of life of billionaires, millionaires, different. So here, way of life of people who are staying in society. So what is the key term here? Society. It's not the way of life of individual. Society. So way of life of society is said to be culture. So did you get any broader idea? So దీనిలో అన్నీ వస్తాయి as we proceed. It is shared by most members, accepted by most members, learnt, not hereditary. So anything to be called as cultural, it should be shared. Shared means society, andaru, and it should be learnt. See the skin color, southern part of India, dark colored skin. We all share, but that is not cultural. Why? Hereditary, genetics. We have got certain way of eating that we have learnt, so that is cultural, passed on from one generation to another. So everything, the dress what we have, how to write, how to eat. So how to eat, how did you learn? By society. ఏదైనా సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 50-60 years ఒక అతను ఉంటాడు, అతను లైక్ మీరు రా పోరా అంటారా? వై? మీకన్నా పెద్ద మనిషి. ఎలా పెద్ద మనిషి? జస్ట్ బై ఏజ్. హౌ యూ కమ్ టు నో దట్? దట్ ఈస్ కల్చర్. మనకు అక్కడ నేర్పించారు కదా, So whomsoever you may be. See, this is the way how culture has like saved humans. పెద్దోళ్ళకి రెస్పెక్ట్ ఇవ్వాలి. Always we say ladies first. Why? We give more preference for ladies and children. Why? So why we say ladies first? And even in constitution it says that like women should be respected. There should not be anything done derogatory to the dignity of women. Why we say that? Okay, have you seen one movie? మన తెలుగు వాళ్ళు మూవీ టైటానిక్ మూవీ చూసారా? సో టైటానిక్ మూవీ ఎనీవన్? సో ఇట్ వాస్ ఇన్ అవర్ టైమ్ ఇట్ వాజ్ ఏ హిట్. సో ద టైటానిక్ షిప్ వాజ్ సింకింగ్. టైటానిక్ అనే షిప్ సింక్ అయింది. దానిలో ఏం చేస్తారంటే ద క్యాప్టెన్ కమ్స్ ఫార్వర్డ్ అండ్ సేస్ చిల్డ్రన్ అండ్ లేడీస్ ఫస్ట్ ఎస్కేప్ టు ద బోట్స్. లైఫ్ బోట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, సో లైఫ్ బోట్స్కి విమెన్ అండ్ చిల్డ్రన్స్ని వదిలేస్తారు. మెన్ ఆల్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్, దే వర్ నాట్ అలౌడ్. వై? Women and children are the future of society. Clear? There is a case study in the same way in ethics. There is a mountain area. There many people are struck. In that women and children are there. All the variety, prisoners are there, some government employee, all are there. What is the sequence in which you will evacuate? Are you getting the question? You are an officer. There is a place where all the people are trapped. Women and children are there, men are there, government officials, all are there. Whom will you vacate first and why? There always women and children. They are the future of the society. Can we have a prospering society without women and children? Like that is the thing. Our psyche also. Say for example, ఒక అతను 50-60 years అయ్యాది. Like unfortunately he died. People won't feel too much bad. అదే ఒక చిన్నాడు లైక్ ఇంకా పెళ్లి చేసుకోలేదు చనిపోయాడు అంటే దే విల్ ఫీల్ బ్యాడ్, దే విల్ ఫీల్ మోర్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ విచ్ హ్యావ్ మేడ్ ద కల్చర్, ద సొసైటీ టు ప్రాస్పర్. ఓకే, కల్చర్ and animals, culture and human beings, and culture and society. So if you understand these things, culture and society, afterwards you have got one more, civilization. That is one part. Next another is with respect to social, economical and political aspects. Social, political, economic. In addition, marriage, kinship, family. So I repeat, society and culture, two important concepts. After that, marriage, kinship, family. After that, social, economical, political. Anthropology ఏ క్వశ్చన్ వస్తే కూడా మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు. In all these things, if it is something, if at all if you think difficult, then it is the culture. So the same things I'll just elaborate. Is every human being cultured? Is every human being cultured? Yes, the answer is yes. Way of life. What is culture? Way of life of society. ఇండివిజువల్ అంటే ఏదైనా సొసైటీలో ఉంటాడు కదా, ఏదైనా ఒక కల్చర్లో ఉంటాడు. సో హీఈస్ కల్చర్డ్. క్యాన్ దేర్ బి అన్కల్చర్డ్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్? వై? వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్. హీ నోస్ ద వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్, దెన్ హీ ఈస్ నాట్ అన్కల్చర్డ్. సో ఇస్ ద పాయింట్ క్లియర్ టు యూ? దెర్ ఈస్ నో హ్యూమన్ హూ ఈస్ అన్కల్చర్డ్. ఓకే. Society and culture are the same? Society and culture are the same? No. What is society? Very good. Culture? Okay. Way of life of these people. Definitely shared, learned, passed on from one generation to another, characteristics. If you can define culture in one line, what is this? Way of life. Society refers to group of people, right? So think that this is society, so group of people. The way of life of that society is culture. Is the point clear or you confused? Say for example Telangana. Telangana society. All the people who stay in Telangana are said to be the people of Telangana, Telangana society. Telangana society way of life ఎలా ఉంటారు? దావత్, రోజు దావత్ ఉంటాయా? రోజు పండుగలు ఉంటాయా? So the way of life of Telangana people is their culture. The way of life of Andhra people is their culture. The way of life of like Northeast people is their culture. So like when you think of Northeast, what comes to your mind? Way of life. Oh, North, okay, North India, roti. Say for example, if you go to Punjab, Sikhs, their way of life. So what is culture? Way of life. So the characteristics you are aware. What is society? Group of people, not bunch, group of people. You should add one more. Living in a definite territory. You should add one more. They have culture. So what is society? Group of people living in a particular area and they have culture. Is the 3 points clear to you? So group of people living in an area and they have culture. This is the definition of society. So don't get confused. The way of life is culture. Is there any human society without culture? Is there any human society without culture? Why? Each society has its own way of life. Okay. Do all human society have the culture? Yes. Can there be uncultured society? No. So that's it. This really, if you have understood and if you are able to answer these questions without ambiguity, I am pretty clear that you have got like good grasp over these concepts, because these are the questions not like generally answered by most of the students. Is culture possible in the absence of society? No. Yes. The term society and culture are not synonymous. Society refers to group of people, culture refers to way of life or learnt and shared behaviors, ideas, characteristics and other things. Okay. There is no human society without culture, nor is culture possible in the absence of society. Okay. So as I said, like any mundane activity, like washing clothes, like eating, so any of these things are part of culture. Is every human being cultured? The answer is yes, because they are participating in one or the other culture. Culture characteristics. So can you just recall the characteristics what we have discussed and also discussed yesterday? What is the first character of culture? Learnt. So continuation of that. Learnt tarvata? Not learnt, not hereditary. One line. Okay, that is one. Learnt. Then commonly shared. Then one generation to another. Okay. If you have these things, then your concept of culture is clear. Okay. Not personal or individual. If it is individual, then it becomes individual pattern, not culture. So we are unique, at the same time we share many things with others. So this is a very, very important line which you have to concentrate to differentiate and to understand culture properly. We are unique, one of us can't, but we have some things common with most. That is way of life, that is said to be culture. So adults living with their parents, is this cultural in America? Is this cultural in India? Yes. So if only one person does, it is personal habit. Culture means some social group must commonly share it. Okay. Typical hair color is not cultural. Why? Genetic. Act of eating is not cultural. Why? Not culture. But ఏం తింటున్నారు? సో ఆంధ్ర భోజనం మన ఆంధ్ర వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు చపాతీ తీసుకువెళ్ళి ఇస్తే వాళ్ళు తింటారా? విల్ దే నరిష్? ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ వెన్ ఐ వాస్ దేర్, మై రూమ్మేట్స్ వర్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆంధ్ర. సో దే యూస్ టు ఎక్స్చేంజ్ అండ్ ట్రేడ్ విత్ చపాతీ. ఎక్కడైనా వెళ్తే తాళీ అనే ఇచ్చేస్తే 2 చపాతీలు పూరి ఇస్తారు కదా. సో దే యూస్ టు రిటర్న్ దోస్ అండ్ గెట్ రైస్. సో దట్ ఈస్ కల్చరల్. Okay, how you eat, what you eat, that is said to be cultural. Humans eat because they must, but what and when and how they eat are learned, and it is cultural. So horse meat, it is cultural in Central Asia, not in other places. And pork eating is said to be like cultural in Andes, some other places. Muslims and Jews, they reject pork, and Hindus reject beef. Dog meat is relished in Northeast India, Nigeria, Korea, China, and other places. Culture is learned, not hereditary. Culture is not instinctive, and it is not biologically transmitted. So here you can write the explanations with respect to honeybee and also ant. Ant also have a way of life, but that way of life is not learned. That is because of genetics. Okay. Some things to be called as cultural, it must be learnt as well as shared. Okay, culture is equal to sum total of all human behavior and all human made products. Please internalize this one. So as we go, like from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll give some dictation also, and also I'll give the same PPT which I am sharing you. But you should be writing some words, otherwise you will be lost. Ilage kuchuntaru, elage, like you will get some thoughts, you will be drawn in that. So now, all human behavior. So please just concentrate here. Sum total of all behavior and all human made products. So human made products ki example cheppandi. What are the products made by humans? సార్ అది మాకు ఇంకా టీచ్ చేయలేదు అనే చెప్పొద్దు. మనము మానవ కులాలు మనం ఏమేమి ప్రోడక్ట్ తయారు చేసాము? వెరీ గుడ్. క్యాస్ట్ సిస్టమ్, హ్యూమన్స్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ క్లిక్కర్. మీరు సతీ సిస్టమ్, ఈ షర్ట్ హ్యూమన్ మేడా లేదా ఆర్ గాడ్ మేడ్? హ్యూమన్ మేడ్ కదా. దిస్ డిజిటల్ బోర్డ్, ద లాంగ్వేజ్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్. ఇంకా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ హ్యూమన్ మేడ్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్? పెన్, దెన్ ఫుడ్, దెన్ ఓకే క్లాత్. మీ GS1లో ఫస్ట్ ఏమొస్తుంది? హిస్టరీ. హిస్టరీ కింద ముందా ఫస్ట్ GS1 ఫస్ట్ చాప్టర్ ఏంటి? ఆర్ట్ అండ్ కల్చర్. ఆర్ట్ హ్యూమన్స్ చేశారా? లైక్ మ్యూజిక్ హ్యూమన్స్ చేశారా? ఫిల్మ్స్. సో ఆల్ హ్యూమన్ మేడ్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్. సో వాట్ మే బీ ద కేటగరైజేషన్? హ్యూమన్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్లో ఇఫ్ వీ కెన్ హ్యావ్ 2 types, what are the 2 types of human products? Okay, say for example this marker. Can you see this marker? You can see this one. So clicker, okay, remote, right? You can see this. Say music. Can you see music? You can just listen. Okay, similarly human behavior. So human behavior ఏమేమి వస్తాయి? Yes, we talk. So verbal, non-verbal, gestures. So here the same things, verbal and non-verbal human behavior. And with respect to man-made products, material and non-material. So material దీనిలో marker, clicker, pen, shirt. Non-material దానిలో non-material products made by humans. Music, those kind of things. So in theory, so all these things are present in culture. everything. Okay, so food production, art, architecture, education system, beliefs, values, art, literature. Okay, culture is inculcated. Means inculcate means putting something in your head by repetition. So like you have to respect elders. So this has been inculcated. Okay. So humans alone have the capacity to transmit acquired habits. Humans alone. Why? Because they have got spoken and symbolic language. Very important. Why only humans have culture? The reason is we have got symbolic language, not just language, symbolic language. So because of that, we are able to propagate the things what we have learned from one generation to another. Without language, we probably could not transmit or receive information so effectively and rapidly. Culture is adaptive. So here two aspects are there. One says that culture itself will adapt. The other says that culture is a tool for adaptation to the environment. Say for example, Eskimos, or if you go to places where like there the temperature is very, very low. So they have adapted to those form of life. Say for example, people staying in the top of the mountain, say for example Himalayas. World culture, mana culture same untunda? Okay, another point. We were able to stay in any environment, hot, cold, altitude, all. Why? Because culture. Because of culture. Because we changed our way of life. Say for example, if the temperature is very low, we should be eating those foods which give lot of energy, like meat. So that keeps the body warm. So here culture is a major way of adaptation to environment, and at the same time culture is a design for living which enables people to survive and reproduce in a particular environment. If this would have been not there, if we were not having culture, we would have been like a big failure in adapting to the things. So dinosaur. So why we don't have dinosaur now? Because it couldn't adapt. So since we have got culture, we can adapt. Okay. So then culture. Culture is structured. So what do you understand by structure? Have you heard this word, structure? Soil structure, structure of a building, right? Say for example, me, do I have a structure? So generally, we'll use in the other way, he got a good structure. So what does structure means? Very simple, you shouldn't forget this. Structure simply means arrangement of parts. What is structure? Parts. So when we say that person has a good structure, means the parts are arranged properly. So here too, culture is having structure. So here arrangement of parts. So please remember this very important fundamental basic. Soil structure. So what is the meaning? Parts within how they are arranged. So structure. Here in culture, traits and complexes are the parts. Is the point clear to you? So in our body, what are the parts? Thorax, abdomen, all these things. So arrangement of these things is said to be structure. So here, trait and complex. Cultural traits, cultural complexes. How these traits and complexes are arranged is said to be social structure. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Trait ante just think about cell. Biology, cell. Each and every organism is made up of cell. Cell, if they come together, what will happen? Cells, tissues, right? So like that, here trait means the basic, like a cell. Say for example, an alphabet is a trait. A plow means like farmers, raitalu, they use for plowing. So two bullocks will be tied. So do you have the idea of plow? Plow, that is a trite, an alphabet. So it's equivalent to SL. On the other hand, complex, it simply is like tissues. Then the plow system. The plow system has an animal, the person who operates, and the harnessing instrument. So that is said to be complex. So please listen to me. Structure means, what is the meaning of structure? Arrangement of parts. So in culture, what are the parts? Trites and complexes. That's it. What is the analogy for trites? Trites is equal to cell. Complex is equal to tissues. Right? Arrangements of trites and complexes is referred to as the structure of culture. Culture has a structure. That's it. So the same thing, I will be giving these things, you can refer. Then culture is integrative. So what is the opposite of integration? Multiplication, division. Integration? So just Google what is the opposite of integration. Sir. So here culture is integrated. So what is the meaning? Opposite is differentiate. Integrating, differentiating. Okay. So culture is integrative. Mean to say that all the triads and all the complex, they are related to one another. Say for example, there are certain triads. Don't think that these are independent. Separation. Integration, separation. So here the triads, the complexes, they are not like unrelated, separate. Say for example, a music. We have got a music system in a one, and afterwards think that we have got religion. So these are not separate, integrated. Means to say, like we'll be using, say for example, in bhajana, things like that, we may be using music. So here, not a list of triads or complexes, but they are integrated and interrelated. So please understand this one. The parts of culture are not separate, they are integrated. So what are the things we discussed in the culture? All the things, like from washing, from music, everything. So they are not independent, they are not separate. One is related to another. I will explain how the things later. Culture tend to form a system. So system is complete whole. So all the parts, they tend to form a system, an organic whole, means related to one another. Here this is just a tendency, because all the components of the culture are not integrated to 100%. Okay. So these are some of the things which I have already explained. Culture is commonly shared, learned, not hereditary. Culture consists of all human behavioral and man-made products. Culture is inculcated, culture is adaptive, culture is structured, culture is integrative. Culture is integrative means all the parts of the culture are not separate, they are related to one another. So here there is a mutual adjustment. There is integrated and interrelated. Okay. Culture is dynamic. Culture exhibits stability and change. Stable for few hundred days. So here not only culture, even your value system, ethical standards, they will be to a greater extent not like changing on a day-to-day basis. Culture is dynamic. Here it exhibits stability and change. Say for example, anything, take any part of a culture, there won't be sudden changes. It takes years. Say for example, child marriage. We are having child marriage. It was part of our culture. So did it change overnight? It stayed for years. Say for example, we have got like patriarch mind setup. Right? Will that change in one day? We have got like maybe negative attitude or very like negative attitude towards women or about like with respect to SCs or STs. Will that change in one day? At the same time, things will change. Things will definitely change. So culture exhibits stability and also change. It is dynamic. Culture is not static. Is the point clear? Culture is not static. Culture is dynamic. Mean to say that culture exhibits stability and also change. So here coming to the rate of change, it changes from society to society, and in fact the rate of change has increased in the past 500-600 years. Now in the present generation, rate of change has increased like manifold. Why? Rate of change in the society or change in the culture has increased many folds in recent times. Why? Yes, like ఆ మార్పు ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కువ ఉంది. ఎందుకు? మన పూర్వజాలు ఉన్నారు కదా, వాళ్ళకి ఇంత like rate of change was not that much. Say for example, if you think just some 30-40 years back, 30-40 years ante you are one generation above, how was their dressing pattern, especially women? వాళ్ళ డ్రెస్సింగ్ ప్యాటర్న్, మీ డ్రెస్సింగ్ ప్యాటర్న్ చేంజ్ అయిందా? Why? That is a true one. Like now I am 45. At my time, people used to say, like if women won't be wearing sari, I won't marry. It was there. ఇప్పుడు అలాగుందా? అలాగనుకుంటే వాడు ఏమవుతాడు? He may not marry. Then women always used to wear sari. Right? So here it is dynamic. Okay. Culture is dynamic. Culture exhibits stability and change. So here change in the recent years is very high. Why? That was the question. I think I lost. Why in the recent years we have got huge changes? One of the reasons, like maybe like colonization. How we came to have this dress? Colonization, trade, traveling, internet ane cheppocha, media ane cheppocha. Yes. See now, like we have got like just it's not too far, some 10-15 years back, what like how students used to be and how students are is entirely different. Say for example, like when I meet students generally now, so when I speak to them, they all share that they had girlfriend, they had boyfriend or X, Y, all these things. 10 years back this was not there. Now if you don't have, that will be like an odd man. ఇప్పుడు లైక్ ఐ వాస్ దేర్ ఇన్ ఢిల్లీ. సార్ అదన్నీ అయిపోయాయి సార్. నాకు షాక్, ఇదేంటి ఇంత చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. 10-15 years ముందు అలా కాదు సార్, మనం అంత అలా వాళ్ళు కాదు సార్, మాకు అదేమి తెలీదు. థింగ్స్ వర్ లైక్ దాట్. సో ఇట్ హ్యాస్ చేంజ్డ్. వై? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్నెట్. వీ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్వేస్ సీ సెలబ్రిటీస్. వాళ్ళు ఆల్మోస్ట్ పెళ్ళి అయ్యేది అంటే 15 years 20 years అయిపోతుంది. బిఫోర్ దాట్ దే విల్ బి హ్యావింగ్ లివింగ్ రిలేషన్స్, బాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్, గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్. సోషల్ మీడియా ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుందా? సో దీస్ ఆర్ నౌ అక్సెప్టెడ్ థింగ్స్. Like if you go still further, if not that, like you might have got like seen old movies. Elaguntundi, patiye paramadaiva. Have you heard like that? Old movies. Akkada elagante father ante ikkada కూర్చోవాలి, mother ante akkada కూర్చోవాలి, mother ante last తినాలి. Those things have gone, those things have changed. When I was young, ఒకతను say for example a boy స్వీపింగ్ ఆర్ కుకింగ్ చేస్తున్నాడు అంటే దట్ వాజ్ ఏ ఆడ్ మ్యాన్. రే వాడు వంట చేస్తున్నాడు. నౌ ద థింగ్స్ హ్యావ్ చేంజ్. నౌ ఈవెన్ బాయ్స్ అండ్ మెన్ దే సే ద థింగ్స్ విత్ ప్రైడ్ దట్ ఐ కుక్ గుడ్. అండ్ ఐ ఫౌండ్ like many, even my classmates, my students, especially boys, they cook very good non-veg. See, here is one. So better than even the women. ఇది మీరు 15 years ముందే చెప్పుంటే ఏంటి ఇది, ఈజ్ డూయింగ్ లేడీస్ వర్క్. లైక్ హ్యావ్ యూ సీన్ దిస్ చేంజెస్ సమ్ 20-30 years బ్యాక్? వర్ ద మెన్ లైక్ స్వీపింగ్ ద హౌసెస్? ఏయ్ నువ్వు అబ్బాయి ఎందుకు అది పెట్టుకున్నావు, వై బ్రూమ్ స్టిక్? నో, నౌ దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. దీస్ థింగ్స్ హ్యావ్ చేంజ్ రీసెంట్లీ. చాలా ఫాస్ట్ చేంజ్ అయింది. అంటే ఒక 15 years ద హోల్ మ్యాన్ కైండ్ ఎంత చేంజ్ అవ్వలేదో అంత చేంజ్ అయింది. 50 yearsలో ఎంత చేంజ్ అయిందో దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ద చేంజ్ విచ్ హ్యాస్ హ్యాపెండ్ ఫర్ లాస్ట్ లైక్ 1500 years. We got technology, the places, everything. So culture is integrative and it tries to form a system. Rate of change differs from culture to culture. It depends on technology, innovation, environment, war, migration, diffusion. Okay. Have you been taught economy? What are the factors of production? To produce something, what are the things required? To produce this clicker, what are the things required? Raw materials, capital, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. So what are the things? Land, labor, capital means money, and entrepreneurship. These are the traditional factors of production. You have to learn the things here and now. So economics too, this is basic. What are the factors of production? To produce anything, what are the things required? Land, labor, entrepreneurship, capital. Now you should be adding one more. What is that? Technology. You may have land, labor, entrepreneurship, capital. If you don't have technology, can you produce missiles? Can you produce semiconductor chips? So technology, a very important one which you should be using in all your main answers. Technology is the new factor of production. Okay. Then culture is gratifying. So this is one most important thing, like often we use in even psychology also. Gratitude, one should have gratitude. So the other thing they say that visualize. What is your aim? To be a collector? Do you visualize yourself as a collector? Very good, very nice. Madam, what about you? Always. Not only that, you should visualize yourself as a very strong person. You should visualize as a person who gets first rank. Before you do something, you should become the person who does it. You should have a clear mental picture of the person who does it. ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంక్ కుర్రోడు ఉంటే ఎలాగుంటాడు, ఆ ఇమాజినేషన్ ఉండాలి మీకు. ఆ ఇమాజినేషన్లో యూ షుడ్ సీ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. సో విజువలైజేషన్. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ affirmation. Do you have affirmations of yours? You should have. Affirmation means, say for example, as soon as you wake up, saying to yourself that I will make the best use of this day. ఈరోజు నేను చాలా మంచిగా చెప్తాను. సో యూ అఫర్మింగ్ ద థింగ్స్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు హ్యావ్ అఫర్మేషన్ అండ్ యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ గ్రాటిట్యూడ్ that I am very fortunate that I am having this life. So if you don't think that, really you will miss the life. Whatever may be. See, I have problems, you have problems, everyone has problems. But you should always think that you are blessed and you should be grateful for what you have. Right? So you should never criticize for the situation what you have, for what you are. You should always feel that you are blessed. Okay? So in that, culture is gratifying. Gratifying means that which satisfies or gives pleasure. How is culture pleasing you? How is culture satisfying you? How? Culture is gratifying. Culture is gratifying mean to say culture is pleasing by satisfying our needs. Culture is satisfying our needs. So monogamy, like one man should marry only one woman, one woman should marry only one man. This is a principle. So why do we have this principle? It is cultural, right? Why is it? One marriage. Why is it prevalent? Almost like to a greater extent. Enduku? There are some exceptions. The reason being, say for example, I may be a person who is not having legs. I should also marry, right? You may be a very strong person. Think that you are very strong, you have got lot of money. So you take all the women who are there. Then what should I do? I don't have legs. నాకు ఐస్ లేదు, నాకు పెళ్ళి జరుగుతాయా లేదా? జరుగుతాయి 100%. Because monogamy, since you are allowed to have only one, however powerful you may be, so others will be left, right? So that is the reason why all these people who are like not that strong, so say for example one person is very tall, అతను పెళ్ళి అవదా? One person is very short, అతను పెళ్ళి అవదా? Why? That is because of monogamy. If that would have been not there, you would have not got. So if you go long back, especially warrior people, so they used to have like more than one wife, things like that. Why? In a warring community, a man used to marry more women, more than one woman. Why? The reason being, most of the men are already dead. Think that there are 100 men, you are a warrior group, then already 70 members chanipoyaru. What you will do? Culture. Culture satisfy your needs. It is gratifying. Is the point clear to you? So culture satisfy your needs, biological needs and also secondary needs. Okay? So culture is gratifying, culture satisfies the basic biological and secondary needs. Cultural elements may change to satisfy the needs. New cultural elements happens. See, cultural elements may change to satisfy the needs. Say some 10-15 years back, not 10-15 years, 50 years back, 50 years. What was the age at which people used to marry generally? 18 means maximum. What I have heard, like my previous generation, my mother's like sister, my mother's elder sister and also like younger sister, they all got married like like 12 to 15 years was the time, almost. Right? Now, what is the age in which people are marrying? 30, 35. Civil service lunte 35 guarantee if you don't get, because that happened with me also. కలెక్టర్ అయిపోతాను దాని తర్వాత అనుకుని ఎలాగో అయ్యేది, మళ్ళీ సిలబస్ చేంజ్ అయింది అని ఇంకా 2 అటెంప్ట్ ఇచ్చారు. వన్స్ అగైన్ గాన్. సో బై ద టైమ్ ఐ మ్యారీడ్ ఐ వాజ్ ఆల్రెడీ 37. సో హియర్ వై ఐ టుక్ దిస్ ఈజ్ థింగ్స్ చేంజ్. మీరు 35 years మ్యారీ అయితే, so there are many other things, right? So you will be very active physically, biologically and sexually also by the age of 13, 14, 15 itself. So అప్పటి నుంచి ఏం చేయాలి 35 years దాకా? So live in relation, boyfriend, girlfriend, things have changed. So culture is changing to adapt to the situation, and also culture is acting, providing the tools. So here, like whatever happens in the things, you should take in a very positive way. Oh, youths are spoiling our culture. There is nothing like that. If there is anything like that, one should be blamed is you, not the future. Okay? So gratification of the needs reinforces, strengthens and perpetuates the cultural elements. So since culture is satisfying your needs, culture goes strong every day. It reinforces, it strengthens and perpetuates. Mean to say, since it is satisfying your needs, culture gets stronger day and by day, and you will be following the same. Okay, just another one thing. Culture is social. Means you cannot have culture without society. Always the concept of culture is social. So similarly, here I want to bring a concept of ethics also. Ethical standards, are they cultural, are they social, societal or individual? Societal. So as defined by second ARC, there are set of standards which society places on itself. Ethics means always society, not individual. So culture means always social, not individual. Okay. Culture can only be acquired by an individual as a member of the society. Culture is a social phenomena. Culture is always that of a society and not that of individual. Any doubt in this? So culture is always social, societal, not individual. So no culture is inferior or superior. There is no uncultured individual. This we have already discussed. Culture is created by humans. What is the most important thing because of which humans are able to create culture? Humans are able to create culture. Why? Why animals are not able to create the culture? I explained one thing. No. Humans, only humans have something. Only humans have symbolic language. Yes. Most sophisticated language. Animals may learn. Animals may learn. But they are not in a position to pass on the same thing what they have learned to the future generation. Why? They don't have symbolic language, sophisticated language. Is this clear? So humans create culture. The main reason is humans have symbolic language, which is very sophisticated. Animals also have language, but that is not symbolic. Okay. Culture is universal. It exists in all human societies. Means there is no society which is not having culture. Next, other things, like just I'll flash these things. Culture has a quality of adoption. Cultures change. Humans are also not constant, which is the only permanent thing in the life. Change. Similarly, culture also change. Culture may change gradually or rapidly. So in the past 600 years, culture has changed very fast. In recently, like exploration, colonization, trade, they have increased the pace of change, pace of adoption, and this is said to be globalization. This we'll discuss tomorrow, like we are getting late. I'll just brief the things and I'll provide the PPT for you. Okay. Culture is all encompassing, culture is a complex, not a simple one. There are two things like ideal culture and reality in culture. So ideally, like all should have only one wife, one husband, something like that. In reality, the things may be different. So we'll explain these things, we'll discuss these things later. Just have a look over these things. This is the comprehensive list of the characteristics of culture, where I have just jotted down some 15 characteristics. So you won't get these many characteristics in any book. Okay. So if you have got any doubt, please let me know. I'll be sharing these things. Like to begin with, I'll share the PPT itself. So you please watch those things in presentation mode, so that will be easy. And also from tomorrow you come ready for writing some notes also. So if you have got any doubt, please let me know. Okay. So if you don't have any doubt, we'll wind up the session here. A very important thing, enjoy the process. If you enjoy the process, success will be yours. Whenever you are thinking of going for reading, studying, your chair, your desk, you should feel as though you are going for some trip. You should be excited. నేను చదువులానికి వెళ్తున్నాను, ఎంత ఆనందంగా ఉంటుంది, ఆ రకంగా ఉండాలి. If you enjoy that process, success is inevitable. And one more, I have not found any person who has failed in this exam after preparing well. If someone has prepared good, definitely he has succeeded, but it will take time. It will take time. For graduation you have already given 3 years. So here we are studying the subjects which are there in 4-5 different disciplines. It may take time. Minimum, in my opinion, it will take 2 years. You should be prepared for that. You shouldn't like say that no 6 months 1 year में हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा. See this, you are entering here. When you are entering here, there are already 10 lakh people standing here. You are seniors. You are just an addition to this 10 lakh people. That is the thing which is making you difficult to clear this examination. Thank you one and all.